When my grandfather died, I was watching the funeral online. On the other screen, I had my business tabs open. On the day I nearly died in a motorcycle accident, I thanked God, and then got home, took some painkillers, and got to work. After getting 20 stitches in my skull and a strong concussion, I came home from the hospital and filmed my study with me video. It's obvious that I've struggled with taking a day off for many years. 5 years to be exact. I haven't taken a day off in the traditional sense in over 1,830 days. I was extremely disconnected. A big part of this was because I wrestled with guilt, and the idea of taking a day off meant I was unproductive. For the first time in 60 months, I've been able to take 2 days off and feel guilt-free and actually feel energized. I honestly believe now I figured out how to have the perfect day off, and it fits into 4 categories: physical, mental, spiritual, and social. The common misconception is that taking a day off means laying in bed and rotting. Wrong, the opposite is actually true. It should be energizing. Start off your morning by doing something physical. My day started by playing tennis. After years of wanting to learn, I booked a lesson with the best coach that I could get. It's a vacation after all. 1 hour flew by and I'd completed my first ever lesson. Feeling accomplished and a little bit tired, it was time to get some food. Headed to a cafe. Now, cafes are a place of refreshment for me, filled with dreams, gossip, faces, and for a few minutes per day, I can read, and when in need of inspiration, I can look up and see people working, talking, and I can even have a chat of my own. With our energy back, now it's time to tackle the middle of the day. Recently, I read the book The Meaning of Your Life, Finding Your Purpose by Arthur Brooks, and in it he talks about reconnecting with natural beauty. If you're studying or working obsessively like myself, you probably couldn't tell me the last time that you spent intentionally outside in nature with no device. And this I decided to take very seriously. I booked a retreat. No phones were allowed, and sitting in silence was completely fine, guilt-free. I read, I spoke to my girlfriend, kayaked and ate, taking in the greatness of the mountains, the stillness of the lake paired with the grace of nature singing. The view was honestly so breathtaking that it was rejuvenating just within itself. I had now been physically entertained, mentally stimulated by my books, and spiritually watered, thanking God literally for my existence and just the opportunity to be there. We obviously cannot book a retreat every single week. However, we can put ourselves into nature and make it fancy. Go for a drive to a nearby viewpoint, a blanket, drinks, books, or an instrument. Settle in and just ignore your phones or leave them at home. Focus on just being present and looking at what you have in front of you, above you, and below. Now, often nighttime is the time where you're doom scrolling or you're just watching Netflix, and those things can be fine. However, for my perfect day, instead I spent time by the campfire just talking to my girlfriend. Now, if I was alone, I would just spend this time abusing my legs and going for a walk, looking up at the sky and just literally letting the stars guide me while I have nothing to distract me, no music in my ears, and just taking it all in. This is because nighttime the world unwinds, and you need to unwind in your thoughts. It is, after all, a productive day off. One thing I will say is to check your screen time, and if you are at 4 hours or above, you have a problem. Accept that, put away your phone, and decide to be bored. Now that is my perfect productive day. I cannot express how happy I am to have found something for the first time in 5 years that actually didn't make me feel guilty for not just obsessively working. When I say I haven't taken a break, I genuinely mean it. Through all of this time, I have traveled more in 1 year than 99.9% of people will in their entire lifetimes. And in that time when I should be relaxing and enjoying myself, I was working every single day. That was minimum 2 hours per day. That doesn't sound like much, but when you take it across all of that time, it's a lot of time. I do, however, enjoy working, so it didn't feel bad, but I knew that I needed a break. Thankfully, now I can refill my soul and my body and not feel guilty about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope this helps someone.